told you.
No! This movie is like a throwback to me. This is like the movies that I grew up with, but the cool thing about this is entertainment, and this is like real stuff that happened, and it's shining a light on this situation, which I never knew happened. Incredible. First question is for you. Marjorie Stewart was a straight up badass. Like, without her, this mission probably would have failed. What drew you to the character, and can you talk about the research you did for the role to get the sound and cadence right for Marjorie?
Yeah, great question. Well, first of all, I've always been so inspired about women in this era. I found it so complex, the life that they had to live, because there was a very specific idea of what a woman should be in that time and place, but also they were so radical in certain ways, and so they were bold and brave, and it's something that I've always admired about women in World War I, World War II, and so I felt very compelled of like learning and educating myself, and it was a broad place that you could pull from, right? Because there's so many women that made such a difference in that era. As Cary was saying, they were pivotal in that time, and then also that era specifically, there's so much research, and I love period films, so I'd already watched them all, and so getting the body, the movement, the way that they carried themselves was completely different, the cadence of the way they spoke, and so I worked with two incredible accent coaches. William Conacher and Hazel was with me on a daily basis on set, and it really made a difference, and it shifted. And what makes the total difference is having incredible castmates that feel compelled to let you shine, and you help them to shine, and it's a teamwork and an incredible director. So I was so blessed, so lucky, and I hope that women around the world see this character and feel inspired. And it's a great honor to play someone that changed the trajectory of our lives. Absolutely.
Now, your character is like at the center of all the action. He knows everything that's going on in Fernando Po. And he was an integral part of the operation Postmaster. Can you tell me a little bit more about Heron and his connection with Marjorie and the mission?
I mean, really, as far as I know, it's a fictional character, but of course he's a guy that came from, hired by this gentleman here, Gubbins, and so he welcomed Marjorie, to Fernando Po. He had already been setting up things and, undercover, covertly, and was just a businessman who wanted to make money and was willing to make money with Nazis, but really to get them comfortable, till the time came right, to make his move and have Marjorie make her move and do them in, kill some Nazis.
Right. Yeah. Now, Cary, you have a special connection to this film, which I think is super rad. Your grandfather, Neil Billy McLean, did I say that right?
Yes, sir.
He was a special operations executive who worked for M, who's the character you portray in the film.
Yes, sir.
What can you share about the inside of your grandfather, and how did that help you prepare for the role?
It was unbelievable to find out when I was in Turkey shooting Operation Fortune with Guy, and I asked him what his next movie was, and he said, it's a World War II action thriller, and it's based on a true story about Special Operations Executive. And I said, Guy, my grandfather was a Special Operations Executive. And he goes, what? No way. So I basically harangued him until he hired me, And so my grandfather was my hero growing up. I mean, he was amazing. He was dropped into Albania in 1943 to set up a partisan brigade to fight the Italians and the Germans. And these guys were absolute, incredibly brave people. This story is so powerful. I didn't know much about Operation Postmaster until I got this script and started reading about it. But I knew about Gubbins because of my grandfather. Yeah.
That's so cool.
That's so cool.
beautiful.
What a small world.
Yeah, incredible, right?
It's like full circle.
Full circle.
Now, Eiza, for you, much like your role of Marjorie, you're a jack of all trades. She does it all in this film, from being a spy, a markswoman, a singer, and actor. What did you learn about playing her that you're going to carry on with you to your other projects?
Oh, wow, that's a great question. I mean, I think that, again, I found I'm quite shy. It doesn't look like it. Like I'm kind of like a shy, outgoing person, but she's so confident. There's a confidence about her that I was very impressed by. And Guy was really, and you have to, right? When you're a woman that lives in that world, you have to hold your own. And I felt so courageous living in her skin, and and that, and the fact that she was so multifaceted, meaning she just knew everything. She knew how to adapt, and so she knew languages, she knew this, she knew how to sing. She was just a jack of all trades, and that I do think carries you far in life. So I just remind myself, okay, there's always more opportunity to grow and learn more things.
You guys are incredible in this film. Like I said, it's such a throwback movie for me, but it's entertaining, but also so educational. Like some
Yeah,
stuff I
it's
just didn't know
incredible.
about.
Yeah,
So it's fantastic. Thank
The
you guys
James
so much.
Bond connection,
Oh,
Ham
dude,
and all that.
so good. And a Guy Ritchie movie. I mean,
Yeah.
amazing.
It's so
You
fun.
guys are incredible.